Welcome to the DJ Motorsport channel, where we show highlights of our races from Gran Turismo 7.
Welcome to the final round of our Volvo Championship at Barthurst, which is in New Zealand, isn't it?
Australia, I believe. Get your facts right.
Okay. Anyway,
the race is away, and the V40s are flying there with Mr. Barber on pole, and then we have Matty and Robbie.
Yeah, this is going to be a lonely race for the people in the 240s because I believe there are only two of them in this race.
Yes, there should have been Dave Speed, Jag, Craig, and there also would have been Barber, but he missed some races, so he's allowed to use the V40 twice. So
exactly.
Yeah, so
he missed the first round. Didn't he?
Lucky. So there you go. So anyway,
this is 28 laps because we extended by another 7 because it's the final racing season. But the bonus for having to run an extra 7 long, arduous, torturous, boring laps around this circuit is that they get double points. So at the moment we went into this race with sort of like the top 4 were all tied together on points.
Yes.
But anyone down to sort of 6th or 7th place had a chance to win it.
Yep, they certainly
all because the double points at the end could flip it all round.
Yeah, and obviously that's something we haven't touched on, to be fair. We did mention there were going to be some rule changes, and we did cover the rule changes, but this is the first time they've actually come into play.
Yeah.
So the points were as we said, and this is last race, so you're absolutely right. Double points to play for. Really, really good. The two 240s was, Dave Speed and Jag, and should have been Craig, but he wasn't here. They are going to be nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere.
The boringest race there. And it's a long lap there, isn't it?
It is a very long lap there. As we see a bit of a coming together between Robbie and Matty. We take that back and have a look and see what happens.
It doesn't look what
don't
do,
know.
do we? Yes, this
Robbie
is
runs wide, Matty goes for a gap.
And
Robbie turns into... Now, no one called that as an incident, or else the stewards would have investigated that. Yeah,
here we go again. So Robbie just lost it on his own. Matty tries to pass. Robbie obviously didn't know he was there, did he? And then just bashed into it.
That wasn't as clean as it could have been.
No, but they
that was almost like
first.
But Matty sneaks through. I believe that Matty went into this race in the lead in the championship, so that's a good position for him.
It certainly is, and that's at the moment Mr. Barbar's first, Matty second, Robbie third after that crash.
Yeah.
Cockney there in 4th.
Good showing from Cockney.
There he is.
Lloyd in 5th, Richard in 6th. That's going to be disappointing because he wanted to be... I think he was saying he needed to finish in front of Matty to have any chance of winning this championship. But we'll see what happens. It's a long race, it's 28 laps, and the lap times are around the 2-minute 40 mark in these cars. So, this is going to be a long one. I think this went on for almost about an hour and a half, didn't it?
Yes, but the point of that is it's 28 laps under the new format for the last race, and it's double points, so you've got to earn those points.
Exactly.
So put the effort in.
Yeah.
Simple as that, and you can definitely do something.
From a standing start, that's a 2:41 lap, so I'm expecting the actual race laps to be about 4 or 5 seconds quicker than that.
Cockney, they're flying.
He's having a good race, isn't he?
He is. Barthurst is the track.
Ants down in 7th. Dave Speed in 9th. But then there were only 10 runners on this one.
Yes.
Bit of a depleted grid because we have had people up, we've had sort of like 12s and 14s in some places.
Unfortunately, Dave gets another disconnect.
Yeah.
Which is very fortunate for Jag because I think that promotes Jag at the race.
Yes, it does. And it was also very beneficial for Dave Speed as well because he didn't then have to do the entire race.
No, and Richard here down in last in the V40s. What's his
last of the V40s?
Has he got
down in
some sort of strategy plan here? Because
no,
I bet he don't finish last.
I think he was bundled out of the way in some of the first.
Yeah, but is he doing a long stint on hards or something?
I think he's on hard tyres because that's the only thing he could get to last.
But I don't know.
There's a few others there on hard tyres.
Pants is on hard tyres. But Lewis is on mediums.
I think he's learnt from the first round in Eigenhall one where the pit stops take an absolute age. So he's sacrificing a second or so per lap but maintaining a higher fuel level so that he doesn't have to be in the pits for as long as everybody else.
Oh, there's Jag there. Got
Jag
spun
bins
out
it,
by
gets the
somebody.
2.5 penalty. He did that all on his own again, I think.
I'm not sure. I think Barbar was lapping him there.
I don't know. I looked away briefly so I didn't see it, and you're not taking it back. So there's Dave Speed in his rusty Volvo.
So Lewis there is on mediums.
Yeah,
Trying to see what Cockney's on. I couldn't see. I'm trying to see if everybody is on hards, because I think Richard might be playing a bit of a crafty one, maybe strategy.
I saw that Pants was on hards.
Yeah, but he might have learned from last week because he got caught out, didn't he?
This is true. Yes.
So he might be thinking, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
There's a saying I haven't heard for a while.
So,
as Lewis makes a mistake there and goes into the barrier. 2.5 penalty. That's to stop.
Cockney's on mediums.
That's not too bad actually. I think fuel-wise, because if you look at the fuel, we're on lap 3. They've used over a quarter of a tank already. Richard's got a half-second penalty. How do you get track limits on something which has got walls around it? Anyway, fuel I think is only sort of like 7 laps out of it. We have skipped on. We're on lap 16 because absolutely nothing happened apart from some pit stops. But Richard got in front of Pants.
Yes, I noticed Barbar's second now.
Barbar is second. Matty is in third. Lloyd's up in 4th place. Yeah, but Richard jumped Pants in the pits because Richard was able to save a bit more fuel. So stayed in the pits for a shorter period of time. Because Pants pitted in front of Richard, then Richard pitted on the following lap, but got out ahead. And that was purely on the difference in the amount of time it took to refuel.
Yes.
So anyway, yes, Mount Panorama.
Yes, Australia. It's in South Wales.
I'm hoping that you'll mean New South Wales.
South Wales, yes, obviously. And as we know, it's famous for 2 major races a year. You have the Barthurst 12 Hours, and also the 18cc Australian Supercars are here to held here. Very long lap, 3.8 miles. That is a long lap, and just 22 turns here.
Just 22 turns on a 3 mile plus lap.
Yeah, so there you go. There's your facts for the week, as always, supplied by me.
Yeah, I don't know where you've got your knowledge from, but yeah.
So there you go. So we're back in there now. Robbie's in first.
The car's looking a little bit beat up.
It is. Barbar's catching him though. He's not far behind.
In the IKEA mobile. Did he have to build that out of a flat pack?
Possibly. Matty's third. Richard's now slid into 4th. Richard needs to get past Matty, I believe, does he not?
He does. He's got to finish
so
ahead of
we've
Matty.
got to hope that Matty's engine blows up or something.
Unfortunately, that's one thing which is missing from this game. I would love it if, at the end of the race, you can go into the options and you can see what the fuel's like. It will say, your fuel's warm. Sorry, your oil is warm or something.
Yes.
I'd love to have it in this game. That if it wore out too much, you would actually start seeing smoke out the back of the car. And it starts being really sluggish, and if you keep on running it until it's absolutely knackered, bang, it's gone. Yes. That would be fun.
Robbie there,
come on, Kaz.
Side by side with
a ding dong battle. Who's going to give way going into this? I think that Neil's got it. Bar's got it. Yeah. Who have they just lapped?
Was that Slipstream, I think?
Slipstream in these. Possibly.
I think it was.
I think that was just a case of who was going to bottle it out of when there's a corner approaching.
Yeah, well done. That was a very good battle.
Approaching the end of lap 17 now. It's not an awful lot. I mean, this is probably one of the highlights of the race. This battle.
Yeah. What did we think of this Volvo Championship and overall? Was this last one? What was your thoughts on it?
It was good. It was good that people had the choice of having to use a much slower car, because normally when we've done this before there hasn't been too much.
Yeah, I think it was good to have a choice, and it was a good for the new year, a slow one to get us going.
The only thing which I didn't like about the championship was potentially it should have been at a different track rather than Barthurst.
But
this track is
down to Neil because it's Neil's favourite.
It is Neil's
track.
favourite track. I mean, he has suggested that we do a 200 lap endurance race in it in classic Volkswagen Beetles.
Yeah.
He can go and do one with that, but
well, we'll come back to that. But yes,
it's because it's a very narrow track, and in a road car it just takes too long. The laps, the fastest lap on here at the moment is a 2:36.
Well, yeah, but I keep telling Martin he needs to just drive faster, doesn't he, to improve that. But anyway,
the Dave Motorsport lesson.
I had mixed feelings about it. I think overall it's good. I think it just needed a few tweaks. But it's a good slow one to get us into the year because I believe after this we've got a quick charity one.
Yep, we've got a charity event in Fiat 500s, and if you think that these cars are slow, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yep. Oh, we just get to the final lap now, and Robbie is in the lead.
Managed to get ahead of Black Sheep, so Robbie takes the win.
It looks like he's coming around the turn now for the last time.
Yep, with a few scrapes on the front bumper.
There we go. So well done to Robbie. We will put the results up at the end just quickly so we know where we are. Okay, so Robbie's second. It looks like Mr. Barber is second.
Yeah, he crosses the line now. There he goes. And Matty stays in front of Richard. And I think that might have been enough to take the championship, but we'll know in a moment because we're going to post the results up.
Yes, we certainly will have a little look at that. And there's Richard there in fourth. So what we're going to do is just hang on a second and we're going to bring the final results up and we'll dissect them a bit and carry on from there.
And after all of that, here are the results at the end of the Volvo Cup. As we see that Matty did indeed win the championship with 81 points. Richard jumped up because he was down in 6th place after the last race. He's up into 2nd with 72. And Neil Morgan, Barbar, is 3rd in 70.
So very close points there, very close.
Good finish from Lloyd there, finishing 4th in the championship. Joint 4th with Robbie Wells on 65 points each.
Yeah.
Lewis not too far behind them on 63.
2 points in it.
And Dave Jennings a further point behind that on 62. We've got Martin in 8th on 61. Neil Slatley, Spitfire on 46. Mark Runciman, Cockney Helmond on 44. Brian Orme on 42, Dave Russell on 34. Unfortunately, he had some disconnects, so wasn't in the final 2 races.
And Craig last
on 32.
Who couldn't be bothered.
Couldn't be bothered. So. Incidentally, who got fastest lap out of Barthurst?
Barthurst was Neil, Mr. Barber, on 2:35.7. Incidentally, the fastest lap of all time was done in a Formula 3 car, and that was a 2:02.6.
Wow. I don't know where you're getting your facts from on this, but hang on. What's that? Is that a book? What? You've been getting your facts from a book? Right, I'm confiscating that.